Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I am going to minimize OBS, and so I can actually see YouTube up. There's a little bit of a delay, so I will check on chat to see if that actually exists, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So I've been very brave. I've been hiding up here all night, and then went ahead and crafted some better tools, repaired my pipe baton, cooked and ate a little bit of food, and kind of got rid of the whole sacrificial altar that was right here. Um, I apologize for the people that are going to see the very beginning of this, where I kind of jumped around between uh, my desktop, OBS, and various other things. Um, yeah, I don't know why I kept closing out of 7 Days to Die, but we've got some really bad weather in game, not where I'm currently living. The morning chime's about to hit, and then we can head out. I think we turned in our quest to Trader Rex, so we're gonna head there slowly, no real rush because he's not going to be open for a little bit. We could probably just finish raiding the or looting the bottom part of this building because I don't think we ever did. I did have some zombies. I hate that you can't close that door. There were some zombies moving around here last night, but it wasn't really an issue. So we'll pick up a few things. So I don't know why I ate that. So the things to focus on right now is getting a point in. Oh man, that's nice. Um, right now, I have massive regrets in how I spec so far. So putting that point in Grease Monkey this early just not beneficial, and now I'm getting flooded with vehicle books that I can't craft. I need to get a point in Advanced Engineering so I can get some Forge Ahead books because I don't have the means. Oh, I can see a Wanderer out there. I guess the smell distance didn't really impact him. It's okay. Well, let's continue doing this. Man, he is loud. Nothing particularly useful here. But yeah, we're still got a couple days until the horde, so not in a rush for anything at the moment. So we got a little bit of food. I might just go kill that zombie just because I don't want to hear him groaning all the time. Let's pick up these chairs. Quick scrap. Oh, I didn't want to do this stuff at. Oh my god. God, that she sounded like she was right behind me. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just drop this off real quick. Nah, I didn't think. Should have known I wasn't gonna be able to clear that. Let's go get this put away just so I'm not carrying loot on me. I got a little bit more organized yesterday, so things will be a little bit less cumbersome. I actually have enough to make my next little pipe baton now, which is what I wanted. So we'll get the pipes out. I think I need leather. Go ahead and pull that out and go to my weapons. Yep. So now it should be at least better than a standard club. So let's look at the difference. Yeah, just moderately better. And it is above what a craftable club would be for me now, but put that away. Why? Why didn't you scrap? Scrap. I'm probably just hitting buttons a little too fast for the user interface to keep up. So we'll head off to the trader. Like I said, we're gonna be a little bit more reliant on traders since we are. Man, it's quite a few out here today. Um, because we're in the intellect tree, kind of doubling down on traders can help progress us a little bit faster. Also, also I need that level up, so I might step into combat a little bit more than I really need to. But yeah, going into like daring adventure and things like that can help progress us a little faster because the early game for intellect tree is not fantastic. We're weaker on the gun side and the melee side until we can start getting turrets, at least a junk turret to act as a partner. But the first horde won't be a problem. We'll build a very simple base. Probably, I don't know, we'll find a clearing somewhere. Okay, we're a little late getting to Trader Rex, but that's okay. Okay, so the goal, we'll probably do about 3 quests a day if we can. So we're going to start off, we'll knock out these 3. So we'll start with a fetch. Why is let me get rid of this marker for farm plots for some reason. Didn't mean to track that. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can actually do this. Oh, right there. Way over. To the left. Okay, whatever. I don't really want to carry the meat on me anyways right now. Let's just go ahead and track so it's a little more obvious. And carrying the raw meat on me right now wouldn't be the best. Probably not a big deal overall, but I also don't think I'm going to catch that rabbit. I think there's one right up here. Nope. Forge ahead book. No. Okay. Well, not the worst. Oh, sorry. I should have hit this. I did not mean to do it. If you didn't know, you can actually like double loot places. If you do that, you can run through it and reset the entire location if you hit the little flag marker. Um, that was incidental. Some people don't think you should do that. I personally don't think it matters. It is a little unrealistic to spawn an entire new set of loot out of thin air. Perfect. That was a pretty quick level for us. So let's go ahead and get that point in advanced engineering so that we can get a better chance of forge ahead books. So we are done, but I'm gonna keep looting. So we'll go ahead and run through it because I want to keep getting more experience. Okay. Okay. We're in a good spot as far as damage. We are not in a good spot for equipment right now. My bow is garbage. Okay. Wouldn't mind getting a wrench because pipes are starting to become a problem, and I'm not going to be able to loot those very easily without a wrench. So whenever we get a couple jobs done today, we might check Trader X inventory. Nice. Grilled meat, that's big. That's big for us. Now we don't have to rely on charred meat. Though I wasn't really using charred meat, but because of the jar mechanic, I try not to use charred meat too much because I don't have a great way to replace fluids. I also did craft some arrows. Oh my god. Okay. Can I get my arrow back? Nope. Okay. Okay, well, looks like we gotta go that way. Well, we're well on our way to getting that wrench. We keep this up with Repair tools. Okay. I do know that zombies do drop down from a skylight right here. Show me a zombie. I don't have many POIs memorized, of course. Of course you're going to give me this now. We'll scrap that for now. But a few memorable moments like that just kind of stick out. We'll get this looted. I don't even know what happens if I swap over to my, let me see if I can, let's go like that. And then we'll put the other one. I know it's not the best mod for it, but we'll just put them in there because they can only hold one mod right now. I don't know what happens if I swap over to chat or try to respond to anything. I think it'll basically just show my desktop again, which I'm learning as I go, so I'll try to be better about it in the future. And I'll probably do a mix of live versions like this where I have a little bit more time in the morning for me versus doing scheduled recorded streams. I'm still trying to figure out what I prefer to do. I'm not doing a ton of editing, so I just kind of, both are basically the same quality of video. I'm just kind of winging it as I go. Okay. I think I'm doing okay on honey. The wood, I'm I'm getting wood very fast. We're gonna go with the lockpicks for now, and then let's go do this. Ooh. It's I look forward to leaving this biome. I don't like the burnt biome. I just think it might sound odd, but it's a very ugly place to live. Does not spark joy when you walk out of your base and then all you see is just burnt char everywhere. Okay, so we'll knock out two. We may be able to get, because of how close these are, we might be able to do more jobs for the trader, especially if we get our bike. But some of them are just way too far away. I'm gonna go against my better judgment. I'm not gonna run home. Or is this? Okay, there's some live corn plants here, so it would be a shame. We got chicken. A chicken that hasn't detected me yet. No way. Okay, let's go lower. Okay, I'm terrible. Let's try again. Okay, I'm wasting one more arrow and then I'm moving on with my life. Okay, we're out of here. As someone who actually does bow hunt, it's hard to watch. Oh, I forgot a little bit of corn. Give me the corn. More corn. Give me the corn. Okay, we're gonna definitely become encumbered during this push, but not a big deal. I can definitely hear a second one. There you are. I don't know if I'm familiar with this POI actually. Okay. Let's just go ahead and loot as we go. Not helpful. Electrical skills, not the worst. Okay, you're just a. We do need murky water. I don't know if toilets give murky water anymore. I don't think they do. I don't think I've gotten one. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Getting our first junk turret will be really big for us. We do need to go into like Motherlode and Miner 69er in order to to harvest the ammo to keep a junk turret stocked can be a little bit of a to-do, and mining also creates a pretty boring video, so I'm aware of that. I don't know if I'm even going to show those periods or if an entire day in game will just vanish to the audience as I focus on mining like just for a day, so I can just get it done. There's probably a snake in this building. Okay, I don't think we came over here. None of those are open. Let's just check our inventory. See if there's anything we don't need coffee. Oh my god. Yep, if I click off my screen, it definitely goes back to my desktop. So I'll figure that out for the future. Nope, that did not work. Okay, we're all done here. Okay, sorry, I'm not used to seeing a live stream. I've never done it before, so I can see my delay going on. Not a particularly useful book for us, but I can see the delay going on in YouTube to my right. It's a little distracting. For any of those who have any advice, I'm welcome to hear it. And I know I only had a couple views. Okay, let's see what we got here. Not helpful. Not the worst. Sure. Let's get that unlocked. And we're out of here. So we can swing by our house and drop things off. Kind of get an idea of what's out here. There's that stupid chicken again. And there it goes. Because I'm encumbered, I have no chance of running it down. But yeah, I'd love to see people in the comments ask questions about me, about the game, about some of the mechanics you've encountered that you liked or didn't like. We can share opinions. Agreeing and disagreeing is encouraged. I have some pretty strong opinions about how the game direction kind of went. Someone tried to make a new path to my base right there. But it's always fun to talk about. I think the game has a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of mechanics I think they could add that make it more of a survival game than just a kind of like a on the rails RPG where you have fixed progression, which I feel is where we are right now. I don't like that as much. I would rather it have some random qualities about it. I think that's closer to reality than just step by step progression. Okay, let's put this in here for now. And then, oh, I have like a sellables box right here. Okay, we got about just shy of 1,200. So we'll go knock out another job. Just look at his inventory real quick. I think he has some Forge Ahead books that would be useful for us. I think we need 5. Um, so let's go workbench. Oh, we're not even close. Hopefully that's skill point. So if you remember, that's the desert biome out there. You're starting to see some of the storms. So instead of like a biome just looking normal, and then kind of when you breach the boundary, then you start to experience the weather. So I can see that the desert biome is experiencing a weather event. The snow biome right there is not experiencing one. So I think that's a really cool add. It's not often you actually in real life see weather boundaries like this, but it does kind of help you understand like what you're walking into. And it's kind of cool to see like in the desert you're seeing a sandstorm. So you can see the desert biome kind of wraps around us. I don't know. I don't like any of these. I don't, these are identical. I mean, the cobblestone, I guess. I'm gonna need that when I build my horde base. Okay, yeah, that 1.3, that walk is gonna be brutal. We might just do this job and then start doing some localized raiding, just clearing out houses near our residence and just kind of see where things take us. Okay, we got a skill point to spend. We'll go ahead and do that since we're clear right now. Okay, so for those who haven't seen, this is how I'm spec'd right now, mostly in intellect. We have advanced engineering for books, a little bit of daring adventure. I think, do I want to put anything in general? We have Master Chef living off the land. I don't think I want to put more into that or into armor right now. I don't anticipate getting hit all that much. Is there anything else I want to spread out? Iron Gut wouldn't be the worst thing ever to kind of slow down our food. We'll do Iron Gut for now, just to reduce our. I thought it reduced how fast. Yeah, food and water loss. So we'll do that for now. Just cutting through the count. So that was 3-star. I'm not good at remembering the names of the POIs and like what's in them. I think this is one that has a large basement. It's hard to tell. Sometimes you can see like a weird outline in the ground, and it's like indicative of there being structures, larger structures underground. But I don't see that there. But I'm not good with the names. I normally start to remember there's that vehicle. God, that was such a big mistake going into vehicles so early. I'm going to be able to make higher tiered vehicles with no workbench to craft them. So a net gain of nothing. Okay. Where's the entrance? I might have to climb that ladder. Oh, that's gruesome. But if we're being honest, if the world ended like this, that type of choice might be a lot more common. Okay, let's get all this. I do tend to grab everything and then kind of bail on it if I don't need it. Yep. So, oh, well, stealth is no longer an option. I do not tend to waste a lot of time grabbing everything in a POI. I usually go for things that are a little more interesting or have a higher loot chance. But I'm not going to sit around and scrap and beat everything to death. Ooh, okay, let's back up. A little bit of a jump scare. Let's wait for him to hit again. Now we can. Okay. I got my heart rate up a little bit. But grabbing cloth early on, I think that's. No, I don't think that's a leather couch. Uh, not the worst. That will help whenever, if I'm doing anything, it's still dark out. Yeah, but like some people will go through POIs and just dismantle everything. Even if I did have a wrench, I still would not do that. Guess we can try to lockpick. And we're hungry. I am not a fan of this lockpick mechanic. I wish it was a mini game similar to, oh my god, I'm gonna blow all my lockpicks on something that's not even useful. Yep. Okay, so it likes it when I don't talk. Not the worst. Uh, okay, I thought I saw, yeah, there's something. I just happened to see that crease. So we have a hidden stash. Nice. This is all good. Loved all of that. Okay, let's keep moving. Just kind of pie the corners a little bit. No one's in there. Oh, we got one right here. Okay. Okay, well, we're going down there next. So let's just, we might have one tucked in here. Other than that, okay, this floor is clear. Let's work our way backwards and pick up some of the stuff. Yeah, I don't think that's, I know there's a, I also have been collecting the achievements off camera. Um, it's, if it's something you want to see or something you're curious about, I can do it on camera, but doing the things like collecting meat with like the bone knife, like I haven't done that yet, or collecting leather from like booths, things like that. I haven't done them. I'll get them done eventually. It's, it's not like a big priority. Scrap. We're doing pretty good as far as the food magazines go. Actually, murky water is a big deal for us right now because the jar mechanic again. Honestly, I might have to eat that cornbread. Let's go ahead and get it opened, and then we'll head downstairs. Um, it's my understanding that even if I eat this food, as long as there's not a wandering zombie, it's not an issue. Like the zombies inside the building with me who have not been like activated and are like sleeping. Well, okay, that some I don't know where that's coming from. So we're just gonna kind of back up into a corner because we have 3 entrances to us right now. Okay. So wandering zombies will pick up our scent, but ones that are sleeping are not supposed to, is my understanding. But based on what just happened, you know, my confidence has been shaken a little bit. So we'll pie around a little bit. Oop, stay away from the trash. Okay, keep moving. There's the satchel. Kind of pie around that a little bit. If you're not familiar with that term, it's like it's where you kind of stick your face in like a corner, like you kind of push around. Are we done? I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of like sticking your muzzle or your sight through a weapon and slowly coming around the corner. As you make more and more of the room visible to yourself, you physically reduce how much of your body is exposed to whatever enemy or threat you believe is in that room or could be in that room. Okay, let's get this loot. We'll probably drop off at the house. I don't know why I keep getting these. Um, we'll drop off our stuff at the house, go to Trader Rec, turn that in, I think he restocks tomorrow, so we probably will grab our money and just go check before we lose any opportunities. And then we'll just do some local raiding until it gets too dark. I'm still too squishy to be running around at night. What do we got here? Okay. Repair tools. I don't really need you right now. This is actually... Okay, it's a little bit better. Oddly enough, it's barely better than my Sandies I'm wearing right now. So we'll take the bracer mod out. Put that back in there. I'm never going to use buckshot. I think we can roll with the rest of our encumbrance without too much of an issue. I don't know if this office chair, if I, it's not going to work. That's weird. There were two locked. Oh, we forgot the satchel. Okay, now we're done. So we'll swing through our house. Oof, 11 encumbrance. That is making us so slow. We're gonna have to fight this hood. Let's get my stamina up a little bit. We'll fight him. Drop off. Come on. Oh man, I'm so chunky right now. Almost there. Like I said, I love to take all the loot with me. I know it's painful to watch me move encumbered like this, but I'm not going to change. This is how I like to do it. And once you have a vehicle, it becomes much less of an issue. So I'm just going to do a mass drop off. Okay, we got some extra meds. This is worth nothing. Okay, I really would hate to eat something this good. That is a pretty solid, so I think we'll just eat some of our rations. And then drink a water for now. Okay, so we don't have much to sell, but what we're gonna do is go turn in, go to Trader Rec. Let me just grab a stone. Ugh. I'll do it on the way. I'll grab a stone to repair my axe. Let's not give the zombies a staircase up to me. Grab a stone and repair the axe on the way. Will this clean me? Yep. Nothing like taking a bath in a ditch. So I think what we'll do when we come back, oh, I'll sell that, is we'll probably raid this house. There's a lot of good foods and seeds in there. And then we'll kind of just move out from there. I'm pretty sure we've already raided this house, so this is also something I like to do. I leave little platforms and stuff so I kind of know where I've been. I think the map feature should have, which let me just verify it doesn't. There's no great way to like mark every residence. I guess you could say like save waypoint, put an X, and then just put 1 and mark every residence like that. I don't necessarily don't like that. I wish I just had like a pencil and I could just draw really quickly. It just seems a little cumbersome. So I'll normally just throw a platform out or a little scaffold out in front of it, so I know I've already been there, so I can just, it's more of a visual cue than having to look at my map every single time. But we'll definitely have time to get one more little raid in, and then Well, it's not my first job. Okay, I like to gamble on the Crafting Skill Magazine bundles. Let's, okay. All right. Actually, we're doing good there. Traps, meh. Improves shotgun crafting. Why? Why? Okay. I think we got bacon and eggs and coffee right there. So let's 2000 bellows, not particularly. That iron shovel is tempting. 2 forge ahead books though. 600. I think we'll take that. Good here. I think we're in a good spot with the cooking books right now that we don't need to really worry about it. I can't believe I'm considering buying jars. I mean, they're not particularly expensive. When you buy 10 of them, it is. We'll go ahead and do it. I probably should have looked at all the inventory before I spent money like that. Because now I'm below what I would need for that shovel. And he is going to restock tomorrow, so. Oops. Let's just look one more time as we go back up. I don't see anything else that's particularly great. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. I think, how many books are we at? So we need 4 more. We should be able to get that before Horde Night, especially if he restocks. Okay, we'll go raid a couple places and then we will call it for the day. Or at least this day. We're okay in inventory space? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Now, the only thing about raiding like this is, sometimes the trader will send me back here to raid this residence again, which will reset it. I don't really count that among the double looting. It wasn't like it was intentional, but that may occur. Okay. So for those people who don't particularly like that may happen. I don't particularly care. Let's go ahead and read that. We're gonna clear the zombies first because I know there's quite a few in this one in particular. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get his head. I'm probably gonna hit him like right in his upper shoulder. No arrow return. Like I said, I actually do bow hunt, so the return on arrows actually is pretty logical. I've broken plenty of arrows, especially when they make contact with bone like that. Either the head will break or the shaft will splinter. Oop, messed that one up. Hit him in the dick on accident. Get a decap on that one. Okay, let's keep pushing. I know that there's a zombie in this hallway. I think I can see no, it's the toilet. But I'm pretty sure there's one right here. Yep. Okay, we'll keep pushing. Where's the staircase? Ah, I think. Yeah. Oh God. I am very lucky I did not get infected from that. That's always who seems to get the infection debuff on me are birds. Also, this POI is a good example of like a good reason to have living on the land. Okay, that's not terrible. We'll loot and then we'll browse what we got at the very end and see what's useful and what's not. It was funny for the first time I actually got I actually started doing this because I don't work around a lot of English speakers, so hearing myself talk a lot is actually really helpful for like how isolating that can be if people have experienced that before. Um, and someone was nice enough to subscribe and put a comment that they had done so. I really appreciate that. I have no delusion that I'm good at this or that this will ever become a monetized uh, platform for me. This is mostly for my mental health. So I really appreciate that, and having people to talk to or to chat about things about the game or uh, anything else I've said that you found relevant to your life is actually really helpful for me, and I appreciate that. Once again, we're just going to gather up everything going in reverse. Um, Not lootable. Bunch of cloth. And I know I can get pipes from stuff like this. I just don't think I can get it without the wrench. I'm also not particularly interested in the fertilizer right now. I know I'm going to regret that when I want to start making farming plots, but that's a future me problem. Okay, we are encumbered. We're going to continue to be encumbered. Okay, I think that's everything. So like I said, like pop that down so I know I've been here before. We're not that encumbered. This is a little bit of a stamina draw than but health bonus isn't bad. And I'm basically rocking a bunch of twigs and plant fiber, so at least it'll look cooler. And if honestly, in my current line of work, like if you don't look cool while doing it, people would arguably say it's just not worth it. I think I'm pretty sure there's a weapons crate. Yeah, right there. I think yep, I can just sneak my little hand through. Uh, None of that's actually that useful for us. Um, that's the one thing about being intellect like weapons. Until you can kind of get your intellect set and get your turrets going, um, our weapons are just going to be weak, and we aren't going to craft one. So we will be at the mercy of the trader and random drops for weapons. Okay, we're gonna drop off super quick, and we're gonna. Is this a 1 star? No. Okay, we're not going to that house. I'm gonna drop off super quick, and then just pick a local spot to raid, just to get just to get a little more loot before we call it a night. And let me know if you preferred this live version or if the recording was fine, or if you thought that there's a negligible difference. Honestly, the recording went smoother for me because I didn't have my screen completely dropping off like that. Um, Reestablish the sellables box. We did get a few pipes, which is good. Okay, we can drop that off. Pipes. We're going to leave. Okay, while we're raiding, okay, we got 3 hours before things get spicy, so we will just go for it. This door is open, so I have a sneaking suspicion we've been in here. Yeah, we've been in here. So a little unrealistic as far as how that clips on the planet, but at least we know not to bother with that house anymore. We can't do that house. We are nowhere near good enough for gear to go into that house. And then we'll put another one here. Um, this we'll go ahead and just knock out this little. It actually is a trailer, like a double wide. Okay, we go. I'm not used to seeing the double door as an entrance. I don't know if that's changed or if maybe I'm just mistaken, but okay, peek around the corner. Usually when there's two doors, like one's locked or barred. Okay, someone doesn't want us here. Easy. Oh, okay, we got a zombie closet. The stumble physics is fantastic. Oh, um, oh no, she's gonna. I guarantee you, if I step close enough to her, she's gonna be able to hit me, even though she's clipped into the planet like that. So we'll just let her be. We're not here to do a clear, so it doesn't matter. How is that not lootable? Ah! Well, I was right. I'm pretty sure she was going to be able to hit me if I didn't. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just drink that right now. Get our food books in, take the ammo. That's pretty funny. She basically just sharked through the floor trying to get to me. Yeah, I'm growing more and more confident that I can't get water from the toilets anymore, even though there would be water stored up in that reservoir. Love that. Okay, we'll just do the backyard. There's probably one more zombie. I think that's one, or is he part of the? Yeah, he kind of looked like one of the like rotten flesh zombies. I do tend to sprint in to make my swings. I know it doesn't do anything until I think there's some books that actually contribute to like sprint strikes. Forge ahead book. Okay, that's a. It's not broken, but it's not working either, so it's just one I can dismantle. Fort bites. I don't think I've ever really crafted fort bites before. If fort bites are something that you've used, I've sometimes have like over buffed or like just loaded my character up with drugs for Horde Nights just to see what the impacts are. But I'm not sure I've ever released fort bites because I'm pretty sure that's the damage mitigation. Mark that. Um, how are we doing on? We're doing okay on time. Let's hit one more house. It kind of looks like I've been here. Yep. I don't like it. Just looks so fake when I do that. Let's just put that block right there. But I did not search the mailbox. Okay, can sell that. Oh, I definitely picked up a magazine and then just like definitely used it for no reason, I think. We might have time to get this one done. Maybe. I don't feel super comfortable doing this. We are gonna have to go fast. Die. I don't have time for this. Okay, this isn't an up and over. So we'll loot what we can in here because we're not gonna have time to come back. I can't not take that. Okay. Okay, so I got 2 books now. Give me about $100. Locked. Okay, yeah, I definitely am not supposed to like climb out the garage and jump onto the house. So where's the entrance? You're locked. Oh, it's dirt pile, parkour. Well, I'm definitely gonna get attacked. There's so much trash to alert zombies to my presence. I know that there's like one house that's like littered with mines, and like the moment you get up there, you get like rushed. Oh, shoot, there was one up here. Let's just go for it. Miss. Got it. Okay. Gotta be a big brave boy. Missed. Now he's below me. I think I got a grazing. Oh, okay. I got a grazing hit there. A little bit of damage. Nothing too big of a deal. Okay, nothing particularly worth stopping. We need to get the house cleared in the next 45 minutes. Otherwise, we're gonna. This looks like a false floor. Nope. Okay. Miss. Let's go ahead and get that opened in case I need to. This is probably the main loot room. I'm out of stamina. We'll let them contemplate their life choices in there for a second while my stamina comes back. Whoa. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. He climbed. He clipped through, or he climbed through it. You were worth a little bit of money. He kind of like hopped and pulled himself through the hole, which I think is pretty realistic, but I'm not sure if that's a one-time thing or if that's like if it's a feature or a problem. Okay, we're going to just loot everything that seems interesting and then get out of here. So just we'll appraise the loot later. The key is to just okay, well I gotta unencumber myself, so okay, I don't want to. I know my character's hungry, so there's no point. I can unencumber myself a little further by eating the foods now. Also get my health back after the construction worker gave me a hug. Okay, just keep going. Okay, we're good there. I don't think there was anything upstairs that was worth it. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. I can't resist. Okay, now we're out of here. Okay, I am encumbered like I always will be. Oh, 10. We are not gonna make it. Okay, we're gonna get caught outside a little bit. So I'm both smelly and encumbered. So this is, I see that one zombie off to my right. Let's just, oh great. Ah, man, that 40-meter smell radius is no joke. If we get a feral, we will probably die. Let's check that smell radius. So I bet she is just outside. If I come a little closer, yep, there it is. So that smell radius thing is actually kind of neat. I guarantee I probably would have been able to make it home just pure stealth. But because I had eaten that food to lower my encumbrance levels, they were able to detect me pretty fast. So I think that's a good ad. We'll just appraise the loot real quick, and then, I'll cut the feed from there. Thank you for joining me. Let me stop my stream which is probably going to expose my desktop for